stopping by my channel. My name is Felicia. I feel like it's been such a long time since I posted a video. It's probably been, if not a month, we're probably creeping up on a month, and I just feel like things have been so busy, you know, with work. I feel like the last, I would say, month has just been a blur. Things just kind of like sped by. So I've definitely been slacking on posting. And you know, I just have a lot of things going on besides work and besides YouTube. I am a member of an organization, so things have been pretty busy there as well. And you know, just trying to stay engaged with family, friends, and loved ones. I hope you guys have all been well. You know, definitely didn't want to ignore my YouTube platform. It's a very small platform, you know, but we're getting there. I'm almost at 100. One thing I wanted to share before I get into the video is how I plan on celebrating reaching 100 subscribers. Now, I know 100 isn't a lot, but for me, it's a lot, you know? I definitely appreciate all of you guys. At the time of my recording this video, I have about 92 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for continuing to come back for more. So in today's video, I thought I would give you guys an update on my house plants, some of them at least. I definitely wanted to share some of the plants that's kind of been struggling a bit. You know, we're at the tail end of winter. We're actually a few days away from the springtime, and I cannot wait for a change in weather. That's not to say here in Jersey that the weather is automatically gonna flip, but you know, right now it's kind of doing that on and off thing where some days it's beautiful and then other days it feels like winter again. So, you know, my plants, not all of them, but some of them have definitely been struggling a little bit. Some of them, and I'm looking at one of them right now, hasn't been giving me as much, you know, joy as they first gave to me when I first purchased them. So I'm definitely on the fence of, you know, should I give the plants away to a new home? Should I keep them? I'm kind of on the fence, but I definitely wanted to share the plants that has been giving me a little bit of trouble lately. Now, they're not too bad. It's, you know, the typical browning of the leaves, falling leaves, all the things that you experience in the winter time. But in addition to that extra care that those plants need, and like I said, they're not just really doing it for me anymore. I'm just deciding whether or not I want to keep them or not. So I'm going to get right into it. So in no particular order, the first plant I'm going to show you is my calathea plant. If I have a photo or an image of what the plant used to look like when I first got it, I'll insert it into the video. But here's the plant today. It's not in horrible condition, but as you can see, there is a lot of discoloration on the leaves. So especially here in this little section, a lot of you plant experts know calathea is just naturally, you know, they definitely require a lot more care than other plants. And you know, I knew that when I made the purchase, but I still thought and still think that it's a beautiful plant. But I don't know, a lot of this yellowing that I've experienced was due to the weather. I didn't really have this problem with the calathea beforehand. I would like to think that I have a pretty good handle on how to care for this plant. I give this plant distilled water, you know, I give it, you know, the lighting requirements it needs, and I just recently cut back a lot of the leaves just because of the browning. It's definitely gotten a lot taller since I first got the plant, so I still think it's a beautiful plant, but you know, those leaves are just, you know, it's not really cute. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the next plant I'm going to show you is before I even show you the plant, I'm going to insert what the plant used to look like when I first got it. Beautiful, full, lush, beautiful leaves. Here's what it looks like now. As you can see, I do have it in a different pot, but for the most part, it still looks the same. But again, this one also experienced quite a few browning of the leaves. I would say this one is probably the worst. I did trim this plant back quite a bit, so it probably looks a little different than what it looked like when I first got it. Again, I still think it's a beautiful plant. It's still giving me some new growth, but again, those brown leaves, I don't know. At one point, I had to put this plant on my balcony just because I was experiencing a lot of gnats. And I kind of did some research and joined a couple of, you know, plant-related Facebook groups, and a lot of folks have said that Miracle Grow plant soil is like a gnat magnet. And that's primarily what I use just because it's the easiest thing for me to get to. But I did put some mosquito bits in the soil, so the next time I water this plant, you know, I'm hoping that the mosquito bits can do its thing, because I've had a lot of success with using mosquito bits in the past to combat gnats. But again, I mean, I still love this plant very much, but I just, you know, those leaves. Let me show you some of the new growth I was talking about. There's one there at the top. Right now there's 3 new leaves coming in. And for the most part, the plant still looks pretty good with the exception of those brown leaves, but I don't know. This one is definitely on the question mark list. I still think, again, it's a beautiful plant, but I don't know if it's for me. So we'll see what happens with this one. Next up, I have one of my aglaonemas, and I'm just gonna take it out of the pot so we can focus on the plant here. So this one is still in pretty good shape. It's given me, I would say, 2 new leaves since the start of the winter season. But again, this one, similar to some of my other plants, is experiencing some brown leaves. And I understand brown leaves is bound to happen. It's a part of your plant's journey, but you know, the brown leaves is not the reason why I'm giving these plants second thoughts. I'm almost a year into my plant journey, and I've definitely figured out the types of plants that I love a bit more than others. So I don't want to, you know, have a large collection of plants just to have a large collection of plants. I actually want to, you know, really enjoy watching those plants. And some of these plants that just require an extra amount of care, I just don't know that, you know, I have the care to give to them. I thought I saw a bug on the leaf, but it's just some soil. So yeah, this is my aglaonema. Again, beautiful plant. This one also has quite a bit of new growth that it's already given me, and I do see a new little stem right here on the side that I didn't notice before. But you know, we'll see. It still has some of this pink luster. I feel like it's a little bit faded than what it used to look like, but still a beautiful plant. We'll see what happens. So another one that I wanted to share, and this one, I've been thinking about getting rid of this plant for a very long time now, and I think I'm just gonna do it because I really think this plant is dead. I feel like I'm just watering a dead plant at this point, but my string of pearls, this plant has looked the exact same all winter long. Now, again, it could be that it's, you know, dormant right now and not growing, but I really, really strongly feel that this plant is done. I repotted it. I gave it some fresh soil since I purchased it about a year ago, and I haven't seen no growth. Now, it does look cute in the little plant pot that I got it, but again, I don't want to keep a plant if it's dead, essentially. So we'll see. I think it's a beautiful plant. At this point, I think between this and one other plant, I think I only have like 2 succulents remaining. I'm not a succulent person at all. You know, I've accepted it. I was trying to work on a couple propagations that was doing well, but again, winter happened, and right now I only have 2 succulents remaining, this one and a recent purchase. Will I buy any more succulents after this? Absolutely not. I've tried, not for me. So the last 2 plants I wanted to show are my money trees, and here is what they look like. And I wish I'd filmed this video before I cut them back. I cut them both back quite a bit. So this one's looking a little bare. This one not as bad, but this one I had to cut quite a bit back. They both lost a lot of leaves. It's so funny because every now and then I would, you know, get the plant down to water it, and I would see brown leaves on the floor, on the shelf, and you know, it just dropped a lot of leaves. And again, that's to be expected. I won't be getting rid of my money trees just because I don't think it's good luck to get rid of a money tree unless you absolutely have to. This one, I really like this one just because of the larger stem. I just feel like it's a very unique plant, so definitely won't be getting rid of this. This one, on the other hand, I don't know. Ever since I've had this money tree, I feel like for the most part it's looked the same. Again, I did cut it back twice. The first time I cut it back, I think, was in the fall season. I had to cut it back quite a bit because it was just struggling. It grew back, but again, brown leaves, falling leaves, so I had to cut it back again even further. So I don't know if maybe I'm just not a money tree person, but this one for sure I'm gonna keep. That one, it's on the chopping block. The last plant I'm gonna show you, I'm actually gonna insert a video because it's too heavy to hold it, but it's my BOP, my bird of paradise, which is actually right behind me. As you can see, the plant, it does have 2 new stems that are finally getting ready to open. Those stems have, you know, kind of sprouted, I would say at the top of winter, and they're just now opening. That plant is definitely one that has experienced some dormancy, but you know, there's a brown leaf on there. I'm not getting rid of that plant because I absolutely love my bird of paradise plant, but just wanted to show another one of my plants that has experienced some browning this winter season. But again, I have all the faith in the world that that plant is going to pick back up and do extremely well. Alright guys, that's all the plants that I wanted to show. Again, these plants have, you know, been giving me a little bit of trouble, but we'll see what happens. I'm probably just gonna keep all of them. You know, I do love my plants. I'm at the point now where I know what types of plants I like. Some of them, it's a hard pass. I'm definitely gonna get rid of. Some of them, I'll keep them and continue to, you know, work on them, especially now that we're entering the spring season. Let me know if you guys have any plants that you've given up on, that you've given away, or if you just feel that they're not doing that well in your care. Don't feel like you have to keep the plants just because you purchased it. I'm not saying you gotta go and throw it in the dumpster, but maybe you can gift it to someone else or give them away to a neighbor, a friend, anyone that you know that may be into plants. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and look out for new content. Again, apologies, I've been gone for so long, but thank you guys again for hanging in there, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.